Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are finally concluding our build series for the Alice in Wonderland characters' tiny homes. We did all of them except our main character, Miss Alice, so we will be doing that today. While Alice finds herself in Wonderland, her adventure might seem mad on the surface. Its main goal is answering the caterpillar's question and figuring out the greatest puzzle of all. Who in the world am I? Now, many generations have interpreted Alice as a symbol of the adventurous and curious spirit that exists in all of us. Now, going on to our build today, I couldn't find an exact replica or picture of Alice's house. Fortunately, we don't really have one, but I found this fan art one. I thought it was very pretty, very simple, cute. I thought it'd be easy to kind of build today. And you know, it had a Victorian flair to it, which is really fitting since the book and the movie is set in the Victorian era. So we went ahead and did that. And I started with a basic shell. It seemed like it just was really a square. Like there was no bump outs or anything like that. So that was pretty easy. The roofing was a little bit tricky, but we still did it pretty good. I went in with some half-gable roof pieces, put them on the side. You'll notice I left that middle part open because there is like a second story to it, so I wanted to add a room. However, we don't actually use the room in this build today. It's purely just for the aesthetic. And then I wanted to make it really, the roof itself, very narrow and very tall. So I went ahead and adjusted that. You'll see in a little bit that where I was having problems because there was a little bit of a gap into the side between all the roofings. See right there. That's what I was talking about. But we end up covering it and it's totally fine. I believe I just adjust the roof. It's just I come back to it later on because I was like, I don't want to deal with it right now. It's kind of stressing me out. So I went in with just doing the exterior wallpapering and found this one. It was perfect. I believe it was from Cottage Living. Maybe not. Maybe it's from a different pack. But it had that kind of blue hue to it, so I thought it was good. It was pretty good. Her aesthetic, I kind of went with this blue, gray, and white themed, so that's what we do today. Couldn't find exactly a blue roof that I really liked, so I settled on this green, trying to pass it off as more of a blue, but it's okay. And then roof trimming was from For Rent. I just did a blue and white one, and then I added this little roof hanging thing. I don't know what it's called. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea. But it's from Cottage Living, and I thought it was the perfect color. It really went with the exterior stone that I put on. And then I wanted to add kind of a little walkway with some spandrels and everything, so you'll see me doing that. And it turned out very cute. Okay, so next I wanted to add some stairs for the platform that I made for the front entryway. However, I could not really find a blue that I really wanted, so this drove me a little bit crazy, I'm not gonna lie. I found this one. I believe I end up going with this one, or there's one from maybe Horse Ranch. No, you know, I go with this one. But the blue does not match perfectly, and it kind of drove me crazy. So just ignore it. That's all I can say, just ignore it. But going forward, I was looking at doors. I was between these 3 doors, and I really liked this one on the left from Cottage Living. However, I don't think the white stone kind of trim it had really worked that well compared to the other one because of the stone on the exterior. So we went with this one from Cats and Dogs. I thought it was very pretty anyway. I love that door. But here is the final kind of exterior of Alice's house. I went with some Cottage Living windows. I added some roofing details, just a chimney, and just some basic kind of landscaping. I wanted to make hers very much kind of English inspired, English cottage, but put together, right? Because she was still in her Victorian kind of class and everything, so wanted to replicate that. Heading inside, this was probably the smallest house. I don't know, maybe the Mad Hatter. You know what, the Mad Hatter's house was very small, but we also had 3 levels to work with. So with Alice, it was a little bit challenging, but we did a pretty good job. We managed it. And did I add everything that I wanted to add in Alice's build? No, but I'm still happy with it. In the end, it turned out very cute, very much. I feel like you'd walk in and you're like, yeah, I think this Alice would live here. So going into the kitchen, I wanted to do just a little space for her, and I went with this countertop from Cottage Living. It seems like a common theme that I always do. I just love those counters. I love the colors with it. And it came in that pale blue with kind of like a white countertop, so I thought it was very cute. And then the fridge, I initially wanted to do a blue fridge, but they just weren't really matching with the right color of the counters. So I went with this one from the Realm of Magic kit, or expansion pack, excuse me, in gray, and it had some florals on it, so I thought that was pretty. And then I'm a little bit of a hypocrite because the the oven is not necessarily the right blue either, but I didn't want to do a gray stove. I really wanted to have fun with it, so we went with that one, and it's fine if you don't look at it for too long maybe, but it's okay. Next was the cabinets. Cabinets were pretty easy. I believe I just went with these ones from Cottage Living, wanted to match it, and I liked the the little things inside because they look like little teacups, like when she drinks the little thing that says drink me, and it's like miniature and it shrinks her and all that stuff. So it reminded me of those, and then just the colors worked really well, I guess you can say. The trash can, pretty simple, just a blue trash can. And that was the kitchen. I didn't want to crowd it with the cabinets because it was such a narrow space. I didn't want it to seem claustrophobic in a way, even though I'm not really living in there, but I don't know. I just like to have it spaced out a little bit. And then for the dining space, you'll see me struggle pretty hard because I wanted to keep that blue fireplace in her build really bad because it had like a little teapot on it, and it was just very cute, And so we finally land on this little layout, and I went with that table from Cottage Living because it had bunnies on it. I added a couple things to kind of represent things from different characters. So I put a lot of bunny stuff, I put some cat stuff, and just teapots and stuff that remind me of the Mad Hatter and the March Hare. So we do that. For chairs though, this was a little bit challenging. I found a few that I really liked. I wanted to do that mushroom one, that stool for like a little ottoman moment, but I don't know if it was really the right color, and then I was like trying so hard to match stuff, and then I was like, maybe I shouldn't really match stuff, and so I kind of go back and forth with this, but these were all good options. So if you make your own Alice build, I think all of these chairs for like a living space or maybe her bedroom are really good selections. Like they all kind of reminded me of an Alice aesthetic. It's just I couldn't fit all of them, so we just did two. I liked this floral one because she's in the flowers in the beginning of the movie and talking to her cat and everything. And I did go with this stool. I think I just did the pink because I was like, maybe it's not so harsh with that really bright blue. Bedroom was very small, so I did it off camera. And I went with the bed from Cottage Living. I did for that side table over there. And then the only dresser that could really fit was the one from Horse Ranch. But it came in a pretty blue, so I'm not complaining. It turned out totally fine. And definitely reminded me of Alice. It looks more like... Now I did do it off camera too, but this is what the interior looks like so far. We haven't cluttered anything yet. Haven't added any artwork, but we added wallpaper and flooring, which I think made all the difference. So I absolutely love this wallpaper. It's from the Bistro kit. Cottage Living wallpapers are always my favorites. They've always been my favorites. And then with the bunny rabbits too, of course, and the mushrooms. And the bathroom I had a lot of fun with the colors and everything. I wanted to make it really represent more of the Wonderland aspect of her, not just make it like a build or a house for her like before she goes into Wonderland. I wanted to make it, very curious, I guess you'd say. But yeah, here we are with some lighting, some cluttering, I believe, probably majority of it. I wanted to add some lamps. That lamp standing one just reminds me very much of a Victorian era, so did that in the blue and added a lot of tea things. And the kitchen was really fun to do because of her little eat me treats and all that stuff. So I made a little thing in the corner with some little pastries in there and a lot of tea stuff, and it turned out super cute. Bunny sculptures a lot, and this was fun too. I wanted to incorporate her black bow somehow that she wears, so we did the black ribbons on top of the doors, and I think they turned out very cute. I think here I kind of changed the color of the doors because I didn't like how it kind of looked in the shadow. It looked more like a green, and I was like, I don't want to, I don't know. So I changed them to white. I was like, let's just do that. And there are two different doors from two different packs. So one thing about The Sims is that they don't really match furniture very well unless you have the same pack. So, what can you do? Bathroom, very cute. Just did some blue candles and accents with towels and everything. There's the shower. We used the same one from the Mad Hatter, just in the blue tiles. That shower is very pretty. I like that one a lot. And then the bedroom, I added some more, of course, more tea party scenes with the painting. There is a little cat statue for the Cheshire Cat, clocks for the White Rabbit. I even have a butterfly picture somewhere. It's from the Realm of Magic kit, or expansion pack. I keep saying kit. It's a pack, by the way. Just to replicate him and the butterfly and everything. And this is how her final build turned out. I think it turned out very cute. Don't look at the stairs. Don't look at the stairs. They didn't have a matching floor for it, and I have no idea why. Drove me a little bit crazy, but it's okay. Alice's build turned out very cute. I did some exterior foraging and everything, and we'll show that in a moment. I think he plays an important role in Alice's adventure, but I didn't have the space or just the desire to really build an entire house for him. So we did that with, by the Cheshire Cat, I sized up some mushroom stools and kind of raised that little butterfly toy that we have. It's like for kids. But, he turns into a butterfly at the end, so I want to incorporate that. And so he's over there on that pink mushroom. It's kind of hard to see. I tried to make a replica kind of like thing that he's, like a hookah he smokes from. But, didn't really work out that well. But here's all the houses. We all finished them. I added some more like pathing and everything just to kind of put the whole entire build together. And I think it turned out absolutely stunning. It was so fun to build an Alice in Wonderland, like a little biome pretty much. And these next couple clips just show it at nighttime where I sized up the flowers because I wanted it to make it look like the flower scene, like those big flowers that talk and sing that like end up being really mean to Alice. I don't have no idea why. They think she's a weed or something. But I sized those up to kind of have that effect and did different colors, and it turned out very cool. Different types of foliage that you wouldn't probably normally do in any other builds, but this one it worked because. But sadly, that does conclude our Alice in Wonderland build. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a like. Check out the other ones. They were really fun to make. You can see all the interior of them. And I'll see you guys in the next one, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.